because how Africa brought us to America as slaves. So the white man is running everything. When God went to the Garden of Eden, and that's when he formed a man out of the mud, out of the mud, out of the dust, whatever you want to call it. That's when he made Adam the first black man on earth. So the black man didn't come first. People say the black man came first, the black woman came first. God, we can't last. We'll last to arrive on this planet. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to believe that the black man, the black man, and the black woman were first here. Everybody came from there. That's what everybody wants to believe in. But nobody want to pay attention. Adam was not the first man. Well, the white man was the first man. When Lucifer was cast out of heaven, when he fell onto earth, he needed a body because the word in heaven happened before Adam was made. So Lucifer needed a body to be here on earth, right? So what body he possessed? I don't know. Y'all tell me. So the other thing is, believe what you believe in.
Yeah, that's Tom, my boy. That's Tom. That was beautiful. That's perfect. Does anybody want to respond to that?
Yeah, I'll jump in there for a second and try my hat in the ring. See, the Bible don't lie. It says what it says. It ain't changed. It's been the same. You know, he created male and female. He created man and woman. You see, that's in Genesis 1. But then when we go to Genesis chapter 2, he shows us how he created the man, the male, from the dust of the ground, and he breathed in him his nostrils, and the man became a living soul. Then he, in verse 8 through 14, he created a garden. It's called Eden, okay? And he created everything within it. Then he placed that man he created from the dust of the ground called Adam, man, and placed him in it. And then in verse 16 and 17, it says, in verse 16 of chapter 2, that he can eat of every tree for food, for substance in the garden, except that one in the midst of the garden, that tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Verse 17, for in the day that you do, man, Adam, you shall surely die. The man went on about his business. Verse 18, he said, it's not good for man to live alone. I will create for him a helpmate, a wife, or a companion. And that he did. But before that, he gave Adam the opportunity to name every creature in the air, in the sea, on the land, the tiniest bug.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I don't know if you've seen the gift. The time right now. I'll definitely get you back in there. Does anybody else want to say something?
Yeah, put me in the queue.
The thing is,
I think hold on, Emmanuel. I think Dodge wants to jump in there real quick, and then you got the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just do sequential, or I guess I don't want to respond to Doc because I think I want to essentially just say that if you want the cliff notes, if you want the alchemy, if you want the transmutation, if you want the Holy Spirit, and you want the shortcut, meditation is probably the quickest way to get there. Meaning that use your ears, twice as much as your lips. Listen twice as much as you speak. But really, your ears are the canals to your temple. And so what you fill yourself up with, the metaphor is that you're a cup. And so what you put inside your cup, I would say those who don't think the Bible is valuable, the question is, how much of that have you put in your cup? And a lot of people just don't really read the whole thing. It's all superficial, and they don't continue doing it. So there's 100 other books that you can fill your cup with. You can come to Clown House, but I don't really think people are filling their cup here. I think people are trying to transmit, what they've put in their cup. But again, they're not necessarily filling their cup here. So I would just say, I hope you guys have a great evening. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. And, transmit positivity and joy now.
I appreciate that. Emmanuel, you got the floor. Then we go give it to Yeshua. And Doc, I just want to say, cool, man, anytime you want to speak, just put the areas in your good, bro. So Emmanuel is on you.
Yeah, what I wanted to say right quick is a lot of questions to be raised.